Jesus engaged in some healings, and then there was some conflict again. Guess with whom? But the Pharisees and the scribes. And one of the questions was, why do your disciples break the tradition of the elders? Wow. Good thing that's not a question today, huh? That everybody is just simply focused on how we can reach agreement and solidarity with one another and how we can work together for the benefit of all. And pardon me for being a bit sarcastic, but, that's the way it is. And what were some of the concerns of the scribes and Pharisees? Well, your disciples do not wash their hands when they eat a meal. And so what Jesus is talking about then is that, now where was it? He's talking about that what goes into a person is not what makes that person unclean. It's what comes out that states cleanliness, truth, love, goodness. And so he was, again, trying to set the scribes and the Pharisees straight that it is by their choosing to be stingy and legalistic that they are cramping people's ability to live in the love and goodness of God, that they have set up their laws as more important, at least in one way of looking at it, more important than how we relate with God and with one another. And after that experience with the scribes and Pharisees, Jesus goes off to Gentile territory. Why? Well, maybe he wanted to get away from characters like the scribes and Pharisees because they would tend not to be in Gentile territory because they saw the Gentiles as unclean. So, having gone into Gentile territory, the gospel for this Sunday, Matthew 15, verses 21 to 28. At that time, Jesus withdrew to the region of Tyre and Sidon. And behold, a Canaanite woman of that district came and called out, "Have pity on me, Lord, Son of David. My daughter is tormented by a demon." But Jesus did not say a word in answer to her. Jesus' disciples came and asked him, "Send her away, for she keeps calling out after us." Jesus said in reply, "I was sent only to the lost sheep of the house of Israel." But the woman came and did Jesus homage, saying, "Lord, help me." Jesus said in reply, "It is not right to take the food of the children and throw it to the dogs." She said, "Please, Lord, for even the dogs eat the scraps that fall from the table of their masters." Then Jesus said to her in reply, "O woman, great is your faith. Let it be done as you wish." And the woman's daughter was healed from that hour. What a scene, huh? What can we make of this? Was Jesus really that snarky? Was he could be seen as offensive as being biased against women, all kinds of interpretations. And so what do we do with Jesus' behavior? Well, we take into consideration what was going on in Matthew's gospel in general, namely that he was writing to people of the Jewish faith who had decided to follow the Jesus way. And they, of course, following their tradition of wanting to keep the community good and holy and pure, were instinctively not all that open to welcoming into the community non-Jews. So that might be one thing that's reflected in this gospel, that Matthew is really using this particular event to let the people know, whether Jesus came to take care of the lost sheep of the house of Israel does not limit or change the fact that the community Jesus established is for all people and not just for a select group. And of course, we face that today as well, that so many people get great thrills out of saying, those people, they can join us, but boy, don't ever approach the table. Don't come up for communion because you're just not worthy. Wow. When did God go on vacation and put any of us in charge?